Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I have a story time, but I've been contemplating telling the story for a plethora of reasons. First of all, I had already told this particular story on my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, make sure you follow it, and I do follow back, so make sure you follow me. I'll put it right here. But I was contemplating it just because I didn't want the topic to be redundant or anything like that, because I had already talked about it. But you know, I was like, you know what, it's free content, I'm gonna just do it, because why not? Who gonna stop me? Okay then. So this story time is gonna be the time where I have a little impersonator, and I'm personally not, like, I don't really care for the situation, so that's why, like, if I did care, I obviously would not have brought it to, like, my YouTube platform if it was something serious. But to me, I'm not taking it personally, because it happens where sometimes, you know, people get inspo off of you, and that's perfectly fine. But as long as you know, respect me as a person, and you just admit that you got your ideas from me, then we won't have a problem. But anyway, I'm gonna get into the background of how everything started, just because we need to preface how we even met this person in the first place. I also want to throw in there that I'm not trying to make anyone look bad, or, you know, throw any type of ill will on anybody's name. Not that this person's name will be mentioned in the story time, but I'm not here to make anybody look bad or anything like that. I'm just here to tell the story of what happened, because it was my personal experience, and if it's not bothering me, then why not tell it? So yeah, I'm gonna get into the background of everything, you know, how I met this person, because that's important to the story time. So we're gonna call her Jessica. Now, me and Jessica, we did have each other on Snapchat in my freshman year. She was a sophomore at the time. She's a grade older than me, but by age, she's a year and a half older than me. That comes up later in the story. Remember that, right? So at the time, I was more active on Snapchat. So she did text me. She set up on my story, and we talked a little bit on that day, like whenever that day was. But after that, we never talked again. Now, I go my entire sophomore year without being friends with her. We did go to the same school, so that's how we kind of like knew of each other. But I never personally seen her at the school. So I never seen her. But one time I did, but that comes later in the story. So I went my entire sophomore year without talking to her or anything like that. But in my junior year, me and my boyfriend started dating. I feel like my hair kind of looks like Lord Farquaad up top. I don't like that it looks like that. But anyway, me and my boyfriend met in my junior year. He was a senior as well as Jessica. They were also, like, they were both seniors, and I think that they had a class together. They were already cool with each other. Like, they had like their own like mutuals that, you know, in the same grade. But you know, when me and my boyfriend met, that was like her opportunity to like kind of like become like friends with me again and like talk to me again. And she made a joke that I wasn't really fond of. I'm not gonna get into details of the joke, because if I get into details about that, then the video is just gonna be long and drawn out, and it's gonna be off topic of what the original story time is about. But I didn't address her about the joke at first, but I did post something on my story where it was pretty much in general, like, it was a quote, and it was like, nowadays young ladies don't have any type of self-respect, no type of dignity, no morals, like no passion. Oh, sorry, no passion, no nothing like that. And so I put my little 1-2 in, and I was like, start getting that personal growth up now. Start doing it now. At the time, I was 16, and yeah, I was just like talking about like women empowerment and stuff like that, and how you should be prioritizing certain things, and instead of like caring about like stuff that's not going to matter to you 10-15 years from now. I posted that on my story. This was in October of my junior year. I was 16 at the time, and she slides up on it, and she's putting her little 2 cents in it, and she's like, oh yeah, these girls be da 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 and not doing da da da, like, you know. And so I told her, it's funny, because everything that you're saying that the girls do or don't do, you're doing the opposite. Like, that's hypocritical to me, because the joke that she made, and I was referring to the joke that she made, and that's when I had addressed her about the joke, because at first I didn't say nothing, but you want to slide in my story, then I'm going to address it to you. So I pretty much showed her, like, that's funny because the joke that you made didn't give, you know, like, girl empowerment, or like whatever it is that you want to call it. So I pretty much called her out on her BS, and then me and her weren't friends from October of my junior year up until the end of my junior year, like May. So May of my junior year, she tried to be cool with me again, and I kind of felt bad because, like, I really didn't get to know her. The only thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was the joke, but I let it go. I wasn't, like, mad about the joke or anything like that. It was just like, you know, like, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. But yeah, I let it go. And then she was about to graduate alongside my boyfriend, and like their other mutuals, they were all about to graduate. So, you know, that's actually the first time that I did see her in school. I'd never seen her in school before. I knew that me and her went to the same school, but I never, like, seen her, like, in the building up until that one day in May. I was taking a test because I was in AP classes, so I was taking a test for that one AP class, and then I saw her on the stairs, and I was like, wait, are you Jessica? And she was like, yeah. And so I hugged her real quick, but I had to leave afterwards because I was not trying to stay in that building anytime after that. Like, the test was done, I was trying to go home. So I went home. That was the first and last time that I saw her. And then I obviously went to the graduation ceremony that they had in June because my boyfriend was graduating. So I went, and me and her, we didn't, like, interact, like, in person, just because, like, it was a big, like, auditorium, so I didn't see her or anything like that. But I heard everyone's names get caught up in, yeah. And then after, like, the same night of, like, their graduation, me and her, we did talk for a little bit, and we were cool from her graduation up until July. Now in July, so much. But in July, I had posted my boyfriend, and she was underneath the comments, like, trying to, like, play argue, because, like I said, they were cool, but you don't play argue with somebody else's boyfriend in that girl's comments. Like, so she was, like, kind of, like, play arguing, and he was actually getting annoyed, like, of what she was saying, and I was getting annoyed too, because they were, like, well, she was putting the comments in my comment section, so I'm getting all the notifications. She's trying to roast him. He's getting annoyed, but at the same time, he's not gonna disrespect no type of young lady or anything like that. Like, he's not going to do that. So I talked to him about it because I realized that he was getting upset, and, like, he was actually getting aggravated, and he's telling me, he's like, why, like, I'm not her boyfriend, why is she, like, trying to play argue with me? Like, yeah, me and her are cool, but we're not, like, best friends or nothing like that. That's why I got a girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah, I'm your best friend. So it is, like, you know, annoying that she is doing that. So I also addressed her too. I made sure he was good first before I had addressed her, and then I addressed her, and I let her know, like, yeah, I understand, like, you and him are cool, but you're not in the position to be arguing with my boyfriend in my comment section. And she was like, yeah, but we was just joking. And I was like, yeah, but at the end of the day, he's annoyed, and I understand why he's annoyed, and I'm going to take his feelings into consideration, him being my boyfriend. And you being someone that I'm cool with, you should understand and respect that, like, in general, but also trying to get through to her that you just can't argue with somebody else's boyfriend in their comment section. Like, you know, if you're that cool with me, you should understand what I'm trying to tell you. And it's not that I was, like, being insecure about anything, like, oh, she's flirting with him. It wasn't anything like that. It was just, if my boyfriend is uncomfortable by something, his feelings matter to me, being his girlfriend, as it should, as any girlfriend should take their boyfriend's feelings into consideration. So I saw that he wasn't rocking with it. He was actually annoyed, and he wanted to say something to her, but he's not gonna come at no type of girl, no matter how irritated he is. He's not the type to disrespect nobody on any type of derogatory terms or in any type of means. He's not gonna do that. But me being his girlfriend, me being a girl as well, and me being cool with her, I let her know, as well as I let him know. And I told her, I understand, me, you were cool, and I know that you're not coming off of disrespectful, you're just joking, but you also have to understand that if someone's uncomfortable by something, that's a sign to just not follow through with whatever it is that you're doing. But also, you should understand that play fighting in someone's comment section, the girlfriend's comment section, to her boyfriend also isn't, that's not a move that you should be making if you're cool with me, you know? So then she was like, oh, I know, I'm just joking and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that's fine if you're joking, but that has to stop. And then she was like, I'm gonna bust a cap in him. He called me a wannabe Barbie and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, I understand some words were said and probably, you know, made you feel some type of way because you made him feel some type of way first. But like I said, you're speaking to his girlfriend. And if I'm telling you, stop, stop. Because it's in my comment section and I have to keep getting these notifications of what you're saying to him, and he's really not trying to feed into it. You're the one that's kind of like antagonizing the situation, so just stop, right? So she stopped. I stopped talking to her because I don't know, it annoyed me, the fact that I even had to tell somebody who's older than me to stop arguing with my boyfriend in my comment section. And not even to like make it seem like that, because she wasn't flirting with him, but it's like I'm the one that's receiving these notifications. So just I don't want like all these notifications bing 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 on my phone. I don't want that. So yeah, I stopped talking to her from, when was this? July, like before I turned a senior, up until like my senior year in December. So last December I was a senior, and that's when I took it upon myself to hit her up because I felt bad that I kind of didn't really give her a chance to like see how she is as a person. I didn't really get the opportunity to try to know her, because every time that me and her had an interaction, it wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really the best impression that I had of her. And I'm not the type of person to just judge people off of like small things. I actually want to get to know you based on your character before I, yeah. So I wanted to get to know her and just see how she was as a person. And so last December, we, made amends and we started conversing a lot more. So that was just the background. Now I'm about to get into every single thing that happened up until now, which is why me and her are no longer friends to this day. So be careful on how you pay attention to certain things. Make sure you're being attentive and you're listening to everything that I'm saying. I'm going to try my best to explain everything as possible that I can to you, and I'm also going to try to make sure that I don't leave anything out. But also, I kind of get off topic, so I'm going to make sure that I'm not getting off topic or like talking about other things that is not relevant or prevalent to the story. So I'm going to try my best to communicate to you as much as I possibly can, but make sure that you're being attentive and you're being open-minded and you're just listening, because I don't need nobody taking my words the wrong way. If I say something in this video, that's exactly how I meant it. So if I'm saying something in a calm, chill voice, then it was calm and chill. There was no type of derogatory means or intentions behind none of it. Okay? Okay. So like I was saying, me and her, we had became cool last December. Now, a lot of positive stuff happened to me in my life last year. Back in December, we had just moved into this beautiful home, and I was just super, super happy about that. And around that time, we had money too. So I never had a tattoo before. I've only had piercings. I had my ears pierced and my belly button pierced, but I never had tattoos. And at the time I was about to turn 18, I was already 17, and my mom told me that I can get tattoos the minute I turn 16, but I was just too afraid of needles, so I never ended up getting it. But I was like, you know what, now's the perfect time to get it, so let me get it. But before I got the tattoo, the day before, I was brainstorming the different tattoo ideas and locations that I wanted, right? So I told her that I was planning on getting like a cleavage tattoo, like in the middle, and then I was telling her that I wanted a side, like a stomach tattoo, which I do have. And that tattoo, I wrote it. It says, her beauty like a painted canvas, a work of art, but her and the girl in the mirror are so far apart. And it's signed my name, right? I wrote that poem in my sophomore year, and that was just pretty much about like confidence, self-love, personal growth. That's how I was feeling at the time when I wrote the poem, and it was very significant to me to put that on my body because I'm self-made. Me, who I am, the person that you see before you, I put work into that. So it was important for me to write a very positive and uplifting piece of art that I wrote onto my body, right? So I told her that I wanted to do that, and I told her that I wanted a lower back tattoo. The actual name for the tattoo is very derogatory, so I'm not going to say the name in the video because I don't want my video to get taken down. But most importantly, I told her that I was gonna get this tattoo. And I'll put my reference picture somewhere. I'll probably put it like right here because there's more space on this side of me. But my reference picture didn't have an evil eye. My reference picture had blue Chinese symbols, or like Mandarin, or it was like some type of like Chinese language that I don't speak. And I didn't want to put that on my body because I'm not going to put something on my body if I don't understand the language. I'm not going to put Spanish on my body. If I don't speak Spanish, I don't speak Latin, I don't speak Creole, I don't speak Portuguese, I don't speak none of that. So I'm not about to put it on my body. But I am spiritual because of my culture. I'm Native American, yes. So, evil eye, right? And then my angel numbers is 555. So, I put that right here, right? I sent her the picture. But when I sent her the picture, I sent her a voice message telling her, instead of Chinese symbols, I'll put an evil eye and I'll change the 7s to 5s because that's my actual angel numbers. And she was like, oh yeah, that would be so cute. That would look so cute on you because you're spiritual. And, you know, she knows I'm spiritual. You know, everybody that I have on Instagram knows that I'm spiritual. They know why I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual because it's a part of my culture. Being Native American, a native born, that's a part of my culture. So that's why I am spiritual, you know? So that was in December, and I ended up the next day, I ended up getting the tattoo that I told you I wrote a poem. And it's actually, hold on, I'm a little bit short, so I may have to stand up to show you, but that's actually right here on my side. And then my name is signed right here. That's my name right there. So yeah, I got that tattoo. That was my first ever tattoo. It didn't hurt, but that was my first tattoo, and everything was fine, right? So from January to April, that's when, you know, things start getting a little, you know, a little slippery with her. Throughout our friendship, she would always say like her age. I already knew how old she was, so she just would always mention it. And I actually do know why she would always mention it, because she told me why. But I'm gonna give you an example. So we'll be talking and she'll be like, oh my God, I like that too. Oh my God, we have so much in common. Even though I'm a grown woman and you're a young woman, or even though I'm an adult and you're a teenager. Babe, I was about to turn 18 very, very soon. You were 19 at the time of the story. How are you any much grown or any much older than me? Like, to me, age doesn't make you grown. Mentality does. I've seen people who are in their 40s who act like they're 18. They act like people my age. Age does not make you grown. It doesn't mean that no. It doesn't mean that you're cognitively more developed just because you're older. And you're not even that much older. We were in carriages the same exact years. You were born at the end of 04. I was born smack dab in the middle of 06. We're not that much far in age. You graduated the year before I did. I don't like that she would always do that. I still don't like that she would do that, because I'm going to be careful how I say things, because like I said, I'm not upset about it, but I still don't like the stuff that happened, and I wish it didn't happen. But like I said, she actually told me why she, you know, well, she didn't tell me why she would do that, but she told me like something similar that happened to her, right? So she told me that she's the youngest kid of her mom's. So, they would, like, her family would always make her feel like she was a kid, or like, oh, you're too young to be doing that, you can't be doing that, like, you know, making her feel like that. So she would take like the stuff that her family would say and project that onto me, like, oh, you're too young to be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that, I don't even be doing nothing. All of this was over tattoos. My mom gave me permission at 16, and my mom's okay with it. You shouldn't have no type of commentary on nothing. You're not my mom. You're not my family member. We're not cousins, sisters, none of that. So, yeah. But she told me that later on, that, you know, her family would treat her that way. And so I noticed that it became a superior, like, complex with her. Like, it was a complexity where she always had to make herself feel like she was this high, like, based on her age. Because she saw age as like a, I don't know, like, age gives you power. And I don't like that type of mindset, because I already said I wasn't gonna like sidetrack, because I always do that. Like, when I'm talking, I always talk about other topics inside of the main topic, and I'm not gonna sidetrack because I'm trying to get to the point of the story, right? So that was from January to March. Right now we're in April. Last April was also a very big month for me, because I was planning for prom. My prom was coming up in May, so I was planning for prom and all that stuff. So in April, First of all, I bought my prom dress. I'll put pictures of, you know, prom. I had a really, really good time for prom. So I bought my dress. And if I still have the reference picture of my dress, I'll put it on screen because I've had that reference picture since freshman year. So when I found a dress that looked very, very identical to my reference picture, I was so happy. Like I was like, yo, I was running up and down that store, happy, excited, because I found a dress that looked very closely similar to my inspiration. So I go home, and only the important people knew how my dress looked before prom day. If I'm brainstorming something, I would tell like the people who are like insiders, you know? So she knew. I showed her the video. When I showed it to her, she was like, oh, it's cute and all, but I just don't like the color. Salty, like just salty, like her energy was just very salty, and it was because she didn't go to her prom. And I know she didn't go to her prom because she told me she didn't go to her prom. There were personal reasons why she couldn't go. Like, remember I told you, like, she wasn't in school often. So when you're not in school, your grades drop. So you have to have good grades. And I guess that was a situation. But it was a salty reaction. And it actually kind of irritated me at the time because it's like, this is like a very big thing for me. Like, no one in my family went to prom. And I didn't think that I could because high school, when you're in high school will make you feel like so like, ugh. Like, I had my fun in high school, but high school was also a very draining place for me as well. I didn't have a lot of friends. So when I was feeling stressed out or overworked, I didn't have a lot of people to turn to. So the people that I did turn to, those were my main ones. But I didn't think that, you know, I was going to be going to prom. And honestly, I was unsure if I was going to go to prom because, I don't know. I'm not a party person, so I don't know. But it was something that I knew that I probably was never going to experience again. And I didn't want these type of opportunities. So I went anyway. And I looked so good. I ate prom down. Like, oh. But my reaction to what she said was, she was like, it's all right, but I personally wouldn't wear that color. And I told her, girl, no matter what you would or wouldn't wear, I'm going to eat this dress up. I'm going to look so amazing on prom. That's what I told her, verbatim. If I still had the messages, I would put it up here. The reason why I don't have the messages was because she's blocked. So that's why there are no messages. But if I had the messages, I would show you. And I have the memory of a scientist. I remember every single thing. So know that everything that I'm putting out on the table is the truth. So, yeah. After that, she didn't really say too much about, like, the dress. But I practiced a few days later, I think like 2-3 days later, I practiced my prom makeup and I posted it on my story. Keep in mind, this I didn't send to her personally. I just posted it on my story because I posted on my story. It's my personal platform. If I want to post something, I'm going to post it. So I posted it on my story. And then she's trying to be like makeup guru, like tell me like, oh, make the brows thicker. I explained to her, I don't wear thick brows. Like, you see how thin my eyebrows right now? That's exactly how I like them. One, because I used to wear thick eyebrows in the past. It was not flattering on me. I didn't like it. So I never wore thick eyebrows after that just because it didn't look good on my face shape. So I explained that to her. But also, I'm a Y2K girly. Like, I'm pretty, y'all see the shirt. Y'all see, I'm pretty sure y'all know. Like, if y'all, a lot of y'all are, you know, who watch my YouTube channel are from my Instagram, y'all already know how I like to dress. So, if I'm dressing up as a particular type of, like, era, like, especially, like, early 2000s, then I'm going to style myself and do my makeup in the way that that era would dress, you know? So, that's how I don't know. And so the thing that was kind of like had me mind boggled is that this girl doesn't wear makeup. Jessica doesn't wear makeup. She's a lashes and lip gloss girl. She does not do her eyebrows. She doesn't do the foundation, the highlighter, the concealer, none of that. Me right now, I don't even have makeup on. I just have lashes, eyebrows, lip gloss, and what's it called, highlighter on. That's all I have on. I have like a little bit of not blush, but it's like a eyeshadow, and I use it kind of as like a contour because I don't know how to do all that contour. I'm not a James Charles person or nothing like that, so I don't do makeup. But when I wear makeup, I wear the makeup. Yeah, I'm not like a makeup person either. I do my little 1-2 on my makeup, but I'm not going to sit here and tell the next person on what to do with their makeup. So she was trying to tell me, make the eyebrows thicker, add more eyeshadow, do this, do that, boom, boom, boom. Like, trying to give me pointers. And like I said, if you don't wear makeup yourself, if you don't even know how to do makeup, if you don't even know what type of like foundation shade is your proper shade, then you have no business trying to tell me how I need to perfect my makeup. Especially when you didn't go to your prom, that's your own business, but don't try to sit here and tell me how I should look going to mine when you didn't even get the opportunity to go to yours. And that's just that on that on that. Like, I'm calling a spade, and no shade to her. Like I said, I'm not upset about the story or whatever took place. I'm not upset about it. I wish it didn't happen yet, but I'm not mad about it. But still, I'm a principality type of person. Like, you can't tell somebody what to do if you're not even in the same type of predicament, or if you would never even put yourself in that type of predicament, you know? So yeah, that's just what that was. And then after that, she didn't say nothing about my makeup or nothing like that, because she wasn't in the place to. But still, in the month of April, we go out, me and my family. We go to, if you're from Providence, Rhode Island, you know Roger Williams Park Zoo. Everybody knows that park. Like, everybody knows. If you're from my city, you know. So me and my family, we went there because it was April. It was a nice warm spring day. So we all go out. We all go to the carousels and we all go have fun. Now, I took pictures, and at the time, my natural hair was out. I had my curly fro, and I took pictures of like the side of my face. I think it was this side, if I'm not mistaken. But I took pictures, and you can see my bra strap. Now, same with this shirt, you can see my bra strap. I always wear a bra, and whenever I'm wearing a type of like crop top or like shirt where like there's no sleeves on it, I'm wearing a bra. Even if it has sleeves, I'm wearing a bra, because my chest is too big for me to not have a bra on. So I posted my pictures on my story. Keep in mind, I didn't send these directly to her. So every time like I would post something on my story, she would put her unsolicited opinion, which means I didn't ask for it. She would just place an opinion that I never asked for. But I posted it on my story. And, you know, I'm feeling myself. I look cute. I'm about to go out, see my cousins, you know, have fun at the park. She texts me, and she's like, baby girl, the strap's gotta go. Something like that. Baby girl, the strap's gotta go. And I'm like, my bra? She was like, yeah, the bra gotta go. And I'm like, okay. Now, I realized that she was being a little bit ignorant and inconsiderate of the fact that not everybody is flat-chested like the way how you are. And no shade to her. Like I said, I'm not trying to be shady, but like, I'm not an A cup. I'm a 36D. I have to wear a bra. Like, y'all saw when I stood up, like, it's heavy up there. I have to wear something. I'm not the type of girl who likes to go outside with their nipples all out and boobs all hanging out and butt crack all out. Like, I'm not that type of girl. Like, I'm not a promiscuous dressing kind of girl. I wear what I wear, but at the same time, I don't sit here and put my body on display for a whole bunch of people to look at. Like, I'm not that type of girl. You know, I have some decorum. I have some type of couth, and I just don't go out like that. So I had explained to her what I said to y'all. I told her, I have to wear a bra because my chest is heavy set. Unlike you, where you don't always have to wear a bra with your outfit. That's fine. I wish I can go outside and not have to put a bra on. I wish I can run the track during gym class and not have to worry about these hitting me in my chin. Like, I wish I can do that. You have the ability to do that, and I don't. So live your life. Be proud that you have that ability to do that, because I don't. But you cannot try to sit here and tell me what I should and should not be wearing because you're able to not wear that same thing. Like, that's not how that works. Like, keep in mind, this girl's older than me. So, you know, like when you're talking about something and like as you're talking about it, you're reliving in that moment and you're feeling the same feelings that you felt when this took place. Yeah, that's kind of happening right now. But, anyway, yeah, so I was pretty much telling her that. And so when I had explained it to her, she was giving me attitude. Like, she was like, okay, girl, like laughing, like, yeah, whatever, girl. Like, why are you talking to me? And I never, like, was a bad friend to this girl. Like, throughout our friendship, I was never a bad friend to her. When me and her got to know each other, like, I was actually very interested in knowing her. Like, yeah, before I wasn't really rocking with her. And I explained to y'all why I wasn't rocking with her. There was a few things that happened that I just wasn't really okay with. But once I got to know her, I'm a genuine person. That's how I am with everybody. Like, I'm like that with everyone up until you cross that line of my principalities, my morals, my dignity, and my boundaries. Once you do that, it's up from there. It's up for you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to think about you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want none of that. These kids are being mad loud when I'm trying to tell my story. But yeah, so still in the month of April, you know, the last story time that I told y'all about where it was my Vibe With Me video, and I was telling y'all about how I had to cuss some old man out because he was on the bus and he threatened me. That same day, I go to my cousin's house. Like, after I get off the bus, her mom picks us up and we go to her house. And I eat some food, and, you know, it's a few hours later. I'm fine. I'm chilling. So my cousin, she has a tattoo needle. And I actually went to go hang out with my cousin that day because she was supposed to do a tattoo on me. Now, technically, as of right now, I have 4 tattoos, but there's only 3 that are visible. So the only ones that you can see is the one on my side, my arm tattoo, and my lower back tattoo. But this one, it's like right under here. I don't want to show y'all because, like I said, I'm very cautious on what I allow people to see in terms of like my physical body. I don't let y'all see everything. So yeah, I put the tattoo there just because if it did like come out ugly or like, you know, didn't look nice, no one would see it, you know. So that's why I put it there. I didn't put it there for like any like sexual reasons or like any inappropriate reasons. I put it there because I knew that my chest was big enough to hide it, so that way if it did look ugly or if the color did fade, nobody would see it but me or my boyfriend. Like, that's all that matters to me. Like, if my boyfriend sees it, he's not gonna get all like mad about it or nothing like that. If it does look ugly, he's not gonna care. Like, he's still gonna love me the same way regardless. So that didn't matter, right? So keep in mind, again, like I said, every single time I will post something on my story, she would place her unsolicited opinion as if it mattered. So I post the little picture of the little heart, but I posted on my story, and then she slides up on my story. She says, "Oh, if your cousin did the tattoo, you better make sure she's licensed. If she's not licensed, then it can get infected. Da 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. And when it gets infected, I don't want to hear you come crying to me, telling me that it's infected and that you got to go to the hospital." And who do you think you're talking to? Like, I think I've been too nice to her, and I think I've been letting too much slide. And I was over it. Like, this was when I realized I was over it, because she's been having like snobby, like salty remarks to me this entire month of April, and it was just irritating me, because that day I was already irritated because I had to cuss some man out because he threatened me that same day. So I was already aggravated from what happened earlier on that day, and then here she go trying to tell somebody what to do as if she's somebody's parent. Like, go pop a kid out of your cooch and then go tell somebody what to do with themselves. Other than that, if you're not popping no kids out of you, you shouldn't be telling nobody what to do. But she was aggravating me. And so my cousin was right there. And every time I say cousin, I'm talking about this one cousin. Throughout this whole month of April, I'm talking about one cousin. But I was at my cousin's house, and this was the same cousin from the last story time on the bus. But my cousin saw the messages and she got mad, and she's like, "If you don't cuss her out, I will. Like, I will get up on that phone and I will cuss this girl out. I'll find her Instagram and everything." And like, cause who does she think she's talking to? Like, I don't care. Like, and I told her, I said, I gave my cousin permission. This is my words verbatim. I told Jessica, I said, I gave my cousin permission, which is why I'm at her house in the first place. We had already planned this. We had already talked about it. She practiced on her fake skin. She's been practicing for about a month. This entire month of April, she's been practicing. I've seen her work. She tattooed herself already. She had like tattoos like on her fingers, and I just wanted something small just to see what it would look like. And if it got messed up, I was gonna put it in a spot where nobody would see it anyway. But I feel like you're trying to tell me what to do, and I do not like that, and it's not your place of business to tell somebody what they should and should not put on their body.
So I'm editing right now, but when I was telling Jessica about like the little heart tattoo, I was also telling her, because I forgot to say this in the video, I was also telling her that if it was like to get infected, I take accountability for that, because like I said, I granted my cousin permission. I told her that I want it. So if I'm making a choice, I have to, you know, stand behind those repercussions that come with it. So that's not really your place to try to sit here and tell me that I should be getting it if I'm openly willing to still do it, knowing the repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So then she disregarded everything that I was telling her and was like, "Yeah, well, if it gets infected, you know, I'm just trying to look out for you. I don't want to hear you crying and complaining that it's going to be infected and it's not healing properly." And come on, I never complained to this girl about anything going wrong, because my tattoos, I take care of them properly. It's not about the way how the tattoo artist does it. It's about the way how you take care of it. If your tattoos get infected or your piercings get infected, it's not about who did it. It's about you taking care of it. If you're not taking care of it properly, if you're not cleaning it properly, washing it and, you know, making sure it's moisturized or aquaphor, you're not doing your tattoos right. You're not letting them heal properly. And that's a you problem. But don't come at me with no type of, like, none of that. Like, I try to be nice, but I'm done. Next time somebody says something stupid, I'm just smacking. I'm done, because sorry. But like I said, when I'm thinking about something, I'm reliving that moment and I'm getting annoyed. And I know I said I wouldn't get annoyed, but I just wish that a lot of this stuff didn't happen, because she's not a bad person, but she would just do stuff. Like, you see what I'm talking about, the stuff that she would do. And this is only halfway through the story. I'm not even done. If you think I'm done, I'm nowhere near close to done. So yeah, I didn't say anything else to her because she was still getting smart in the mouth. And I know I was letting too much slide, but what I was doing was I was trying to, like, let the situations build up, so that way when I do address her, it's like, boom, like, there's like a whole plethora of things that you was doing the reasons why I don't want to be friends with you. Because if I'm going to cut someone off, I have to have a reason. I can't just not have no reason. But with this girl, I've had, like, so many different reasons, probably like 13 reasons. 13 reasons why we're not friends no more. So I'm being really serious. Like, there probably was at least about 13 reasons, like, throughout this whole entire story time. But yeah, so I didn't say anything else that night. And then, still in the month of April, y'all. We're still in April. The story is so long. I'm getting tired of talking about it. Still in the month of April, I posted on my story, like I said, I posted on my story saying that I wanted a lower back tattoo. And I was just, like, saying, like, hypothetically speaking, like, I might get one in the future. Here she comes again, sliding up on my story. Oh, you think you're grown? This is your problem now. You think you can always do what you want, and you can't, and you're still a kid, and you're da-da-da-da. You're not all the way mentally developed yet, and what if it gets infected, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I had my final straw with this girl. Like, I was ready to, like, go. I know where she lives, so I was ready to go to her house and, like, personally speak to her, not on, like, no type of disrespectful terms, but I was ready to just sit down and have an in-person conversation, because me and her friendship was through text. It wasn't through, like I said, me and her, I've only seen her once in school. The entire 4 years that I've been in high school, I have not seen this girl other than one time. She probably seen me around, but I never seen her around. So I wanted to have a one-on-one conversation with her. It was getting to that point where it's like, all right, we gotta talk. We gotta reevaluate our friendship. Like, something gotta give. Because how come every single time I do something or I post on my story, you always find a way to insert yourself, whether it's your opinion or your age, or, like, that you could do the same thing. Like, I don't like that you're doing that. So I let her know in a very respectful way. I sent her about 3 to 4 big, long paragraphs explaining to her, hey, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell me what I should be doing. I don't do that to you. You shouldn't do that to me. I know you think that you're however many years older than me, but you're really not. You're not 2 years older than me. You're 1.5 years older than me. You was born the end of 04. I was born in the middle of 06 in June. That's literally the middle of 06, right? You're not that much older than me, babe. I don't know if you have, like, the instinct to be a mom, or, like, you're looking at me too much of a younger sister, but you have to understand and respect my space, my personal space, and understand that your opinions doesn't always apply to me, and it shouldn't apply to the situations that I'm choosing to openly and willingly put myself in, especially if it's not harming me. I'm not gonna, I can't say certain words in here because I don't want my video to get taken down, but I'm not gonna be unalive from certain things. Like, I'm just experimenting like any normal 17-year-old person would. Like, I don't understand. This girl probably has about, like, 10 different tattoos, and she got them, I think, when she was like 13, 14. Who are you to sit here and tell me at 17, about to turn 18, that I cannot get tattoos because I'm too young? And like I said, she would always treat me like a kid, or, like, treat me like as if I'm, like, very much younger than her, because her family would treat her like that. They would always make her feel insignificant or invalidated based on her age. So once she met me, because I was 1.5 years younger than her, she thought that that same rule applied, where it's like, I don't know. Y'all gotta stop messing up y'all kids' mentalities, because what y'all instill to these kids, they instill into other people, and people like me do not tolerate that. when I have kids, I'm going to raise my kids to smack somebody, whoever tries to disrespect them or try to like put their little 1-2-1-2 where it's not necessary, because you should not be coming at me like that. And the amount of times that I let this slide, I know I shouldn't have let it slide that many times. But like I said, I like to let things build up. Like I like to let, you know, I like there to be different reasons as to why I'm cutting you off. Like, not only am I cutting you off because you're this, but you also did that, and you said this, and you also did that. You know, like, I like to have different reasons. So I was being smart about it, because I knew I was going to cut her off soon, but I wanted to have different reasons as to why. So that way she understood, like, these are the multiple reasons why we're not friends anymore, right? But it's far from done there, right? So after I sent my long, like, 3 to 4 paragraphs to her, she's still being snobby. And she was like, okay, sweetie pie, but at the end of the day, I'm just letting you know, if it gets infected, don't hit me up telling me blase, blase, blah. And I'm just looking out for you. Like, just still going on and not understanding what I'm trying to tell her, right? She put the laughing emoji and the okay hand symbol. And it pissed me off, because if I'm trying to get through to you as you being my friend, you should listen to what I'm telling you. And instead of disregarding what I'm saying to you, you should listen and take into what I'm saying to you. Instead of being negligent about how we're trying to maintain our friendship, better it. And stop trying to be like this smarty pants, because I promise you, y'all, she was about to get smacked that day. And I even told her, like, I know where you live. Like, that comes up in a little bit. Hold on, give me a second. So, yeah, I told her, after she put the okay and like the little laughing emoji, I said, Jessica, you're starting to piss me off, because I'm trying to, I'm sending voice messages now. Like, I'm mad. I need her to hear my tone of voice. And I told her, you're starting to piss me off, because I'm trying to get through to you. You being my friend, I'm expecting you to say, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. That wasn't my intention, but I was still trying to give you advice. And I would have said, okay. I would have said, that's fine. But instead, you're being negligent and you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're disregarding everything that I said, everything that I'm explaining to you to get your point across, because you think that people care about what you have to say. I promise you, nobody cares about what you have to say, baby girl. I promise you. Nobody cares. Like, let me calm down. Sorry. Like I said, I'm living into what happened that day. So then she's still going, right? And she's not saying she's sorry. She's not admitting that what she said was wrong, or that she shouldn't have came off that way. So then I go home, because I was out. I go home, and I was about to go to my boyfriend's house. So I'm packing my bags. And I didn't watch her story, because I never really cared to really watch her story like that, just because the only thing she posts is herself all the time, because she needs validation. But I didn't really care to watch her story. So my boyfriend, he pulls up, and he's with his cousin, and he watches her story, because, like, you know, like on Instagram, like, it's like the next story like goes. So her story pops up, and he notices that she subs me, and it's like, oh, these little bees, I can't cuss on here, but she was like, these little bees can think that they can get whatever they want, and it go be stupid if you want to, but I'm just trying to give you advice. I knew she was talking about me, because who else could she be talking about? And then when I didn't watch her person, like her story on my own phone. My boyfriend just showed it to me, like with his phone. So I texted her so fast. I sent her voice messages. I was mad as ever. Like, I was so mad. I sent her voice messages, and I was like, no, you want to sit here and sub me? That's it. I know where you live. I will come to your house right now. Because at this point, I was in the car, and like we was like passing by her house on the highway. I was like, if you got something to say, you could say it to me, but you don't got to sub me. Like, that's mad weird. I cannot mess with you. I cannot be friends with you if you're going to sit here and sub me, because I'm trying to talk to you like the grown woman that you think that you are. And I'm trying to actually be the young woman that you always call me. And I'm trying to address you and tell you that you cannot do that if we're going to be friends. And you're just subbing me on your story. Like, that's weird. I cannot be friends with you. I don't mess with you. Like, I was going off on this girl. She was copping deuces. She was like, no, I don't want no problems. I wasn't talking about you. I got into an argument with my family members earlier today, and so that story was meant for them, but it wasn't about you. I promise you, I would never disrespect our friendship like that. Cap. I knew she was talking about me. This girl, she don't hang out with nobody enough to talk about other people. So when she's subbing people, she's subbing me. I just don't like that. Don't lie about it. Like, if you was subbing me, say that so that way you can catch these hands. But don't sit here and sub on your story and then act like you wasn't talking about me when I ask you about it. Tell me the truth. Let me calm down, because I'm getting aggravated again. I knew that this was going to happen, because, like, when I'm telling a story all over, I get whatever. So then I told her, like, I'm passing by your house right now. Like, I know exactly where you live. If you got a problem, then I can park. We can park outside of your house and we can handle it in a better way, since me talking to you isn't getting through to you. She said no, and then she started crying because I cut her off. And then she was actually upset that my boyfriend also too, because why are you talking about my girlfriend? Like, why? Like, that's weird. My girlfriend has been nothing but a good friend to you, and you're gonna sit here and sub her on your story. I don't mess with you. So then my boyfriend lost respect for her, because like I said, they were cool back in high school, but my boyfriend lost all respect for her. Like, he was not okay with that. Like, no, like, you messing with my girl, you messing with me. That's how my boyfriend is, and that's how I am about him. You messing with my boyfriend, you messing with me. So tighten up, right? So then that was in April. April was a long month. Me and her, we stopped talking. I go to prom. I have fun for prom. Just to keep everybody aligned, because I know I talk a lot, I'm going to do a small mini recap of everything that happened in April. So first, I got my prom dress. I showed it to her. She was being salty about it and said that she wouldn't wear it. I did my prom makeup, posted out my story. She put her personal opinion, trying to tell me what I should, like, how I should do my makeup. Then I wear the bra, like a colorful bra, to the park on a, you know, nice warm day with my family. She's telling me that I should take it off and I shouldn't wear that type of bra. And yeah, then the little heart tattoo that I have right here, she was trying to tell me to be cautious or whatever, but she wasn't really telling me to be cautious. She was more so like trying to put me in check and kind of yell at me a little bit. And then 5, that's crazy, 5 things in 1 month from this one girl. 5, I posted on my story that I wanted a lower back tattoo, and then she tries to tell me about myself again. And that's when I had to tell her about herself, like, no babes, we're not doing that. But also keep in mind, a lower back tattoo that she was trying to argue me and tell me not to get, she ended up getting one too, right? She also told me before that she wanted a lower back tattoo as well, but her mom just wouldn't allow her to have it. And I'm in my head, I'm like, if you're so grown, why can't you have a tattoo that I can get at my age if I'm so young and you're that much older than me? Like, I don't know. You know what it is? I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I was getting things that she wasn't allowed to get, or that she knew she couldn't get. So she was trying to stop me from getting it, like trying to cock block me, so that way I wouldn't have the stuff that she knew she really wanted. That's really what it was. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat nothing. That's not what I do. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Friend or not, I'm going to let you know where you were wrong, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you did. And that's exactly what it was. So, but, you know, we're not friends anymore, so I can say what I need to say without feeling bad or without having any type of guilt in my heart, because it's true. Stop being weird to your friends and maybe you'll have a few. But I enjoyed prom. Prom was very fun. So prom was in May. So from May to June, my birthday is the 11th, and then my graduation day was on the 12th, the day after. So around my birthday, she does hit me up, and then she tells me, I think this was like the 9th or the 10th. She hits me up and she's like, I just want to say happy birthday / graduation. I hope you enjoy yourself. And I just said thank you. Like, that's really it. I kept it short and simple. I didn't want to like get into, you know, too much talking, because I didn't want her to think that, like, if I'm talking too much to her and conversing too much, that we're back to cool. Like, no, I didn't forget about, like, you know, what happened. So yeah, like I said, my birthday, my graduation, my birthday was June 11th, my graduation was June 12th, the day after. But around like the 9th, she hit me up and was like, happy birthday / graduation. And I was like, thank you. But I kept it short, sweet, and simple. I didn't do too much talking, because I didn't want her to think that we were all kumbaya, because that's never what it gave. But at some point, that is what it gave. So after she had wished me a happy birthday / graduation, me and her, we were not on speaking terms. After that, it was either we were talking every day or we weren't talking at all. That's kind of how our friendship was. And yeah, she hit me up late August, the August that had just passed actually, and I did a wig for back to school, and she pretty much texted me and was like, I'm so proud of you, and you're just a breath of fresh air, and I'm just so happy that you're onto your entrepreneurial, you know, I guess like tasks, or, you know, things like that. You're pursuing your career or being an entrepreneur, and, you know, doing hair, because I always wanted to do hair. Like, hair is something that I've always had a skill in. So yeah. And then I was like, thank you for your kind words. It was good to hear from you again, because me and her, we haven't talked in months. So then we started picking back up on talking again. And at first it was a little bit awkward, just because we hadn't talked in months. But, you know, once we were talking again, everything seemed normal. And this is the part where the impersonation starts. So at the end of September, one of my family members ended up having a child, And so I went to the store to go buy their baby, you know, like a congratulations gift. And while I was at the store, I saw these. I don't know if y'all know what these are. These are the early 2000s, like grandma slippers that everybody's grandmas was wearing back in the early 2000s. Like I told y'all, I'm Y2K. So this is something that I wanted to get. I've been wanting to get them for a while. And Jessica knew that I planned on getting these. What does she do? 3 weeks later, she gets them too, right? This is where the impersonation starts. So then, still in the month of September, I'm going to class and I take a picture with this outfit on. I have a brown varsity jacket on with medium blue baggy pants and like a white crop top. Tell me why 3 hours later, keep in mind, I wore that outfit to class. 3 hours later, she posts on her story the same exact outfit because she had the same jacket. So she thought that it would be a good idea to put the same jacket, shirt, and pants. And when I actually got home from class, I watched her story too. I'm like, okay, first the slippers, now this. And that wasn't even like a fit that I wore all day. I only wore it for an hour and then got back home, got undressed, and took a shower. So I picked up on that and I was like, okay, now it's two things that she has that like she put on that I put on. But when she would post in her stuff, she would make it seem like she came up with the idea without acknowledging that I had it first. Or some of the stuff we had private conversations about me planning on getting, and then she would turn around and get the same thing but make it seem like it was her idea. Let me continue, because hold on. So still in the month of September, me and my boyfriend's anniversary was coming up September 23rd. So me and him had just hit 2 years. And before my anniversary even came up, I was brainstorming different outfits that I might possibly wear because I wasn't expecting her to eventually end up wearing something that I had brainstormed to her that I was thinking of wearing. So one of the outfits, I didn't end up wearing it for my anniversary just because I felt like it was like showing too much. And like I told y'all, like towards the beginning of the video, I don't wear clothes that show too much. I only allow y'all to see what I want you to see. Y'all not gonna see none of this, no down there area, no back here, not unless I allow it to be shown. But other than that, I don't present myself in that type of way. So yeah, it was my anniversary, so that's the only reason why I thought about wearing it, because my boyfriend was gonna see it. He was the only one who was gonna see it. But she ends up getting that outfit and wearing it for her birthday. And I already wore the outfit for a Halloween costume that I did, and I wore it like just on a regular day after I took my Halloween pictures. But she got the outfit too and wore it for her birthday. So still in the month of September, 2 days after my anniversary, me and her were brainstorming different Halloween costume ideas. I brought the topic up because I like to plan ahead of time. I like to know what I'm going to be, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to have before the day comes. So I told her that I wanted to be Katana. She was trying to help me pick different Halloween costume ideas. I put it on the table. I wanted to be Katana. And I'm saying this because she tried to tell me later on in the story time that she been wanted to be Katana. No, you didn't. I don't like when people lie to me. Do not lie to me because I know that you're lying. You cannot lie to me. You're probably lying to yourself to, you know, boost your own self-esteem. But do not lie to me because I see right through those lies just like everybody else does. So that does not work on me. But anyway, so her top 3 costumes was either Velma, Dora, or Harley Quinn. Those are her top 3. My main one was Katana, flat. That was the only costume that I wanted to be. One, because me and my boyfriend both play Mortal Kombat. If not Mortal Kombat, then Roblox. I'm not a gamer girl, but if me and him are going to play video games together, I'm very simplistic with the video games. I'm not like a hardcore gamer or nothing like that. But also, I picked Katana and Sub-Zero because his favorite color is blue. Why would we not want to pop out in his favorite color? That's his favorite color. So, yeah. This part aggravated me because a few days later, I told her that I wasn't able to get Sub-Zero's costume, but I never told her that I wasn't able to get my costume. I never told her I had it or didn't have it. She didn't know if I had it or not. That part was not specified because I didn't tell her that I didn't have it or not. But because she thought that I didn't have mine, she assumed because I didn't have my boyfriend's costume, she ended up ordering the same exact one, the same one. And then she sends me a video in it. And I'm like, no shade, but is she stupid? I had the costume right there in my closet while she's over here sending me a video of her in it, and I already have it, and I already took pictures in it. That's the thing, I already took my pictures in it, and she's over here sending me a costume idea that I already took pictures in. The only thing is I didn't release the pictures yet, but I already took pictures in them. That's the part that was blowing me. So I'm like, all right, this girl's not about to keep trying to take my ideas, because at first it was the Y2K slippers, then it was my school outfit, then it was an anniversary outfit that I never wore, but I didn't tell her that I never had the outfit. I just told her I wasn't gonna wear it because it was showing too much skin. And now my Halloween costume, that's 4 different things. So I did multiple looks just because I never posted like Halloween costume like pictures on my account before. I don't have any on my account. So I did multiple looks. I did Betty Boop, Lola Bunny. I did a leopard, like a sexy leopard kind of look, which was the anniversary outfit that I told her that I wasn't gonna wear, but I still had. Yeah. And then who else did I do? I did Katana, and I did this Naruto, I think it's called like Akatsuki, or it was something like that. My boyfriend likes the character, so you know, I did 2 different looks that I knew that he would like. And because she knew that I had the anime costume, she thought that that's what me and him was gonna be, because she thought that me and him weren't gonna do the Sub-Zero like Mortal Kombat thing, but I still had it. So I took my pictures in it first. I popped out with all of my Halloween costumes. I posted them all on the same day, one after one after one. Like I posted them all on the same day, and then I put my own little captions and stuff. And then when she saw that I posted my Katana one, she was shook. She was like, "Oh, you have it too? What do you mean I have it too? I Ben was gonna get this. You knew that I was gonna get this a month before Halloween even came up. What do you mean I have it too? As if I got the idea from you. Like, no, like, don't try to, like, I don't, her wordplay would just irritate me. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on in the story. But and then she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had it. Dang, now my Halloween's ruined." And then she went from like playful banter to actually getting upset. And then she was like, "Now my Halloween's ruined." And then she was telling me that she was arguing with her family members. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what she was telling me. And so then she was like, "My Halloween's ruined, my birthday's ruined, everything's ruined. I'm so aggravated right now." And she was just having her moment, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't mean to ruin your Halloween, but I Ben told you a month ago that I was gonna be Katana. She tried to argue with me that Katana has been in her bucket list since the summertime. No, it has not. Do not lie to me, because if that was the truth, and I told her if that was true, how come September 25th, 2 days after my anniversary, when we were like brainstorming our costume ideas, you didn't say that you was gonna be Katana when I mentioned it? You could have said, like, the minute I said I'm gonna be Katana, you could have said, "Oh, I was actually gonna do that." You didn't say that, because that wasn't your idea. Stop taking ideas and making it seem like it was yours, because it's aggravating, and I don't want to be friends with you every time you do that. Like, I do not want to be around you if that's all you do. So then after Halloween, like after that, I didn't tell her nothing else. And then she even asked me, like that same day when I popped out with all my costume fits, she asked me if that was a costume that I was going to wear for Halloween. And I told her, yes, that was the main costume that I was going to be. The other costumes that I took pictures in, those are just backups, like so that way I have stuff to post. Content on my Instagram. But Katana was always going to be my main one, and you knew that. So I wore Katana on Halloween night. She wore Katana on Halloween night. She took her pictures. Her poses are very much similar. And I didn't care, because I took my picture 3 weeks before her, but I posted my pictures a week before her. So, because she posted hers on Halloween night, I posted mine exactly a week before Halloween even came along. So, yeah, that's what you get for trying to steal people's ideas. But after Halloween, I stopped telling her my ideas. Her birthday is before Thanksgiving. She pops out with this tattoo. Remember I told you in December I was brainstorming different tattoos? I told her I wanted a cleavage tattoo, a lower back tattoo, a side piece tattoo right here, and a shoulder tattoo. She got the same exact one, and she got it the same way how I described to her, because like I said, my original reference didn't have an evil eye. She put an evil eye because I told her I was gonna put an evil eye on mine. And then like the blue and everything, like the butterfly, all that, like she got it down to a T. And so that irritated me, because when I posted mine, she was like, "Oh my god, we think so much alike. We uncoincidentally, accidentally, unknowingly got the same thing." This is what I mean by her wordplay irritates me, because no, we didn't accidentally, uncoincidentally, unknowingly got the same thing. I told you last December that this was the tattoo idea that I was gonna get. I found my picture off of Pinterest, but I added my own twist to it by putting the evil eye. You took that, remembered it verbatim, and got the same thing. That's not us coincidentally getting the same thing. You took my idea from me and didn't give me credit. And so then after the tattoo, I didn't even address her about the tattoo, because I already knew what she was going to say, and I don't want to hear that. Like, I do not want to hear you sit here and sugarcoat your excuses. Like, I didn't want to hear no excuses. So I posted my pictures in it, and I looked very much good. I'll put the pictures up here if I, you know, am able to. And yeah, after she hit me up, I was like, I mean, I don't care that you got it, because I got my idea. I'm still gonna get my idea on my body, whether you got it or not. This was my original idea. Like, I told you that this was gonna get, this is what I was gonna get. So yeah, like I said, her birthday is a little bit before Thanksgiving, and not only did she get this tattoo, she also got a lower back tattoo as well. And remember, I told you last April she was trying to argue with me about me getting a lower back tattoo, but she goes and gets one too. Yeah, so it was just like very like hypocritical and contradictory with her. Like, she was just a walking paradox, like contradicting every single thing that she does, every single thing that she says. Like, I just didn't want to be a part of that no more. So I started to become distant. Like, I wasn't texting her as much, and I was just being like very nonchalant, because I really didn't care, because it was redundant. Like, I was just tired of it. So then she texted me, and she was like, is everything okay? And I was like, I've just been focusing on family, honestly, because really, like, F a friend. Like, I don't care about having friends. Like, I really don't. I got family for days. Like, I don't need friends. So I didn't say like that to her, because I knew that that was rude if I said it like that. But I really wasn't focusing on friends. I was focusing on family and stuff like that. And then Thanksgiving comes. I have fun on Thanksgiving. You know, we do Christmas shopping. She did not know anything about my Christmas plans or my Christmas tree or nothing like that, because the last time I had told her about my plans was the Halloween costumes, which was September 25th. That was the last time she knew any insight of my plans, right? So this pissed me off, because this was actually, what, like 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. I post my Christmas tree, and I'll put up here how my Christmas tree looks. Like, I'm gonna say maybe like 4 hours after I post my Christmas tree, she watches my story, and then she puts her little Hello Kitty teddy bear next to her tree to copy me. But she didn't know that I was doing a My Melody Hello Kitty themed Christmas tree. She just saw that I popped out with my Hello Kitty tree and then decided to do the same thing. And so I blocked her. I didn't even address her. I just blocked her, and then I told the story time on my Instagram story, but I'm bringing it to YouTube. And yeah, so after the Christmas tree incident, I didn't address it or anything like that. Same thing with the tattoo. I didn't even address it because it's not worth it. And I just kind of left it alone, and I blocked her. Like, the minute I saw the Christmas tree, I was aggravated, so I blocked her. But before I blocked her, I watched her story, and then she kept posting like with the Hello Kitty next to it. It wasn't even an ornament. Like, you see my Kuromi back there, it was just like a regular plush like Squishmallow teddy bear like that, but it was a Hello Kitty one. And she propped it next to her tree, like holding it like this next to her tree to copy me. And so then she tried to sub me in one of her stories. She like had her tree in the back like this, like she recorded it like this, and then she was like, and Christmas gifts don't go under the tree up until the 24th. But anyway, look at how good my tattoo's healing. And she put her tattoo like this. And first of all, babe, your tattoo is ugly. Whoever did it, you need to smack them, because they did a terrible job. And it just, like, it's bottom of the barrel. Like, not good. Good at all. And yeah, you mean the tattoo idea that I gave you? Is that what we mean? The tattoo idea that I told you a year ago that I was going to get, that you so righteously put on your body? Sounds very questionable to me. So after I saw the Christmas tree and that she subbed me, I blocked her, because if you're that grown and if you're that much older than me, then you wouldn't be doing childish stuff the way that you always do. And her subbing me, like I said, she subbed me back in April last year about the lower back tattoo, and then randomly she would sub me, because I'm a Gemini. So she would post stuff on her story like, oh, all Geminis do is manipulate the other signs, but one thing they can't do is try to come for like her sign, because we're the hardest sign of them all, and Geminis better know and understand that. Like, always trying to come like sub me. But the thing is, she literally has no friends. It was me and some other girl, but her and the other girl don't even talk. They haven't seen each other in a year and a half. So I know that I was the only friend that she had, and when I did cut her off, she was not talking to anybody. She doesn't have any friends. So every time she was subbing somebody, I knew she was subbing me. But I'm the type of person where I'll get in the paint. I'm not scared to put my hands on you, because I know that I gave you chance after chance after chance, and I warned you. I gave you precautionary warnings, and you didn't take it. So now whatever happens to you is on you, not me, because I let you know how I am from jump. And you can sit here and do all this hoopla on your story. You're never going to amount to the grown woman that you think that you are. So... And I even said that on my story. Like, she posts herself all the time because she needs validation, because she knows up here she's not cognitively there. So let's wake that up. Like, I'm tired of that. Like, stop trying to make it seem like you're a big don when you're really not. Like, you're not. just because you just turned 20. You just turned 20 and you still can't even, you know, drink alcohol. The age is what, like 21, right? You're not as grown as you think you are, ma'am. So sit down. And when these young girls really do start treating you like an old lady, don't get mad when you start to feel old, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna treat you old. Stop classifying yourself as old if that's not what you really want to be. And another thing, she would always rush her age. Like when me and her first did become friends last December, she had just turned 19. Her birthday is in November and we became cool in December. Why was it December and she was talking about, oh my God, I'm finna be 20. You just turned 19. Like, calm down. But yeah, y'all, I'm over this because this girl done pissed me off. She about to piss me off again. I washed my hands of that girl. Me and her actually, my mom actually did text her and let her know. Like, my mom is annoyed with her too, because my mom knows everything. Like, my mom's caught up with all the tea. Me and my mom have all the conversations, so my mom knows everything. Every single time that this girl has been copying me, my mom knows about it, because that was me and my mom's idea to make Christmas fun for my little siblings. I have little siblings. I'm pretty sure you heard them throughout this entirety of the video. So we tried to make it fun for them, and this girl just jumps on every single thing that I do. So I was just over it. My mom actually told her, I'm annoyed that you try to copy our Christmas tree idea when that was me and my daughter's idea. We was in the store, we saw the ornaments, and we was like, hey, this is cute, let's get it, you know. And like, even like Juicy Couture, she's not a Juicy Couture girl. She was not wearing Juicy Couture before me or nothing like that. She does not dress the same way how I dress. Me and her do not dress the same. Like I said, I'm a Y2K girly. You see my shirt. Y2K consists of Juicy Couture, Ed Hardy, Von Dutch. Like, that's how I dress. She does not dress like that. She does not give it up the way how I do. I'm a fashionista, and that's really what I'm known for, and that's what I've really been known for in my whole entire high school years. You know, the pretty girl who dresses nice and who's smart. That's really what it was. So yeah, me and her don't dress the same. So she was just like, you know, getting dibbling dabbling into stuff that I would do that she would never do, but make it seem like she been doing it. Like, and I'm telling y'all, like 67 people from the time about like when I had addressed this like 3 weeks ago on my story, 67 people know who I'm talking about. I've been keeping up to count. 67 people know. So if she's watching this, 67 people know about you, and all of them know you. Like, we went to school with you. Like, we know you. So that's embarrassing for you. I got secondhand embarrassment for you. And me telling the story wasn't, you know, like out of hate or animosity or anything like that. It was just, you just look like very childish for doing the stuff that you did and then trying to lie about it. I wash my hands with that. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this video. I know I talked a lot, and I hope you guys caught up with everything that I was saying. Hopefully I said everything properly, because sometimes I be getting tongue-tied and I be getting off topic. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like and please subscribe, okay? You know, I'm a very chill person. You know, I stand on business, I stand on principalities. I'm a respectable person. I respect myself as a person. So, you know, if you like my vibe, make sure you subscribe and follow me on my social medias. I will list them over here, and it's also going to be listed in my description box down below. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.